I wanted to make this video today to directly address people that are coming up in the music industry, most likely teenagers, because that's kind of when you start to go to college and university and you try to find yourself, and you are finding yourself and finding your direction, where you're going to go for your life, what you're going to do, all of those big things happening all at once at the same time. I remember myself being incredibly overwhelmed, stressed, and terrified by all of that. Now that I'm so many years removed from all of that, being 30 years old, I have a lot of perspective on it, and a lot of things that I feel like I could talk to my teenage self about. This is almost like a self-healing, self-therapy thing for me, but also I really do truly believe that it's going to help those that are watching and those that this is directed to as well. So if you click on this video, stick around, we're going to jump into it right now, okay? So if you are 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, whatever, maybe even 20, maybe even 14, anything between like 10 and 20, and you're finding your way, you've been playing guitar for X amount of years, maybe bass, maybe ukulele, maybe drums, right? This is broad spectrum to musicians in general, not just guitar. I'm a guitar player, but this is directed to musician in general, okay? If you're trying to find your way, where you're going to go, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, these sorts of things. Of course, I'll leave all that up to you in terms of if you're going to go to college to study music or university, maybe you're going to go into performance, maybe you're going to go into production. There's all these different sort of directions and ways and things that obviously you need to figure out and you need to decide on first and foremost. But I'm here to tell you, so many years removed and now having worked in music for the most of my adult life, the better part of my adult life, okay? I truly know and believe that this is possible, okay? And I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but it is possible, alright? I came from a situation where I didn't do the best in school. I did okay, I got C's, maybe B's, that sort of thing. Never got any A's, sometimes D's. So very kind of just across the board, average, normal grades. Kind of a shy, kind of introverted kid. Got bullied quite a lot for being into alternative culture and having longer hair and those sorts of things you can probably assume and expect. Didn't really fit in massively. Even within my friendship group, I didn't really fit in or belong and was kind of targeted a lot of the time because I was an easy target, these sorts of things, okay? So that's the background I'm coming at this from. I was in a really lucky position that I started at the age of 11 and really found that passion and that determination to do something with this for the rest of my life, and kind of made all the correct decisions so far, touch wood, to get to that point and to continue that as well. But if someone like me that isn't the most intelligent, didn't have the most life experience, was incredibly shy and introverted and even bullied, I truly know and believe that if you have anything resonates, like maybe it is the bullying thing, maybe it's the grades thing, maybe it's just finding yourself and your identity, that part of it. If that resonates with you, that clicks, that makes sense. There's reassurance here, okay? Because whatever direction you go, as long as you are on that path, as long as you have intention, as long as you stick to your goal each and every single day, you are going to get there in the end, right? It's only a matter of time, and it's only kind of a process of elimination situation, okay? But I also am here to tell you that, yes, it is incredibly stressful. Yes, it's incredibly emotional. You might have nights that keep you up. You might have days where you're rushing out of bed and you can't sleep because you're just so excited to get started and get going and that sort of thing. I definitely had a lot of that early on in my career. These are all the different things that come and go, right? There's going to be maybe even friendship fallouts or just friendships that sort of fall apart because they're not good for you and your direction and where you're going to go. Accept that, embrace that, and just be honest about that and be the best person that you can be, because if you need to learn to communicate with everyone, okay? You need to learn to communicate with yourself, with the people around you that you meet, whether it's college or university or just at gigs, things like that. Be a good communicator, be down to earth, be kind, be respectful. These are all super, super, super important things and super important parts of being in the music industry and being successful within the music industry, okay? And try to educate yourself as much as possible. So I'm self-employed here at carlstaceyguitartuiton, right? I've been doing this for 10 years now. Every day teaching people, working with people, helping people get better and improve. This started from zero. I left university, started with like a handful of students that I managed to sort of muster up at that period of time. Essentially went from zero to where I am now in the matter of a year or so, waking up every day, staying on that course, go, Gotta have your blinkers on ahead, all right? And just try your best, give it your best shot, whatever that direction may be. And I do know it's impossible, and I just want to reassure you of that as well. So if you ever want to ask me anything or comment down below about this, we'll have a chat about it. I can kind of advise some other things and go into more detail about some things. I just want to address it and be honest, okay? The last thing I'll get into is something that I found that I did myself, which I regret now. And that is because I was so focused on music and succeeding within music. Two things. One, I became unhealthily addicted to the success of it, okay? I'm not money driven, still not, never have been, but I became addicted to saying yes to everything, making things happen all the time, being productive all the time, mainly from a place of fear, because I was terrified that it wasn't going to work out, or what I had built up would just disappear in a night if I didn't just keep go all the time, right? This led to a lot of bad mental health and anxiety and stress and worry that I want to save you, whoever's watching this today, from, okay? Secondly, because of that as well, I also became very kind of selfish to those I shouldn't have been selfish towards, whether that was family members, brother, sister, like previous kind of relationships, things like that. I just became very self-indulgent and selfish in general, because I was so wrapped up in this fear and so wrapped up in progressing and getting better and being successful that I just forgot about all this other stuff in my life. And you do need to kind of forget about all the other stuff around your life and have the blinkers on, as I mentioned, for a good while, for a period of time. But just remember to be yourself, stay yourself, be kind, calm, and nice to everyone and everything in your life, and things are going to work out much better for you, okay? So I'll see you in the next video. Peace.